Okay, so this is me just recording for what I like to call my workflow. And you can't see it, but I've got my guitar plugged straight into the Line 6 HX Stomp XL, doing the kinetic amp, and obviously you can hear my guitar, but I'm pretty low, but it's okay, no big deal. So we're going to just take it from the top, right? This is blank state, blank page. We go to Ableton Live over here, and I'm recording all this one take. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be stinky. So I've got a blank session here. My favorites up here at the top left is what typically pulls up first. And so through that, EZDrummer right here. I drag them. I snag them. Cool. I don't actually need him, but he's there. He's loaded up his basic kit and all that stuff too. So now what I want to do is keep this MIDI track here, and then we have audio coming through. I'm going to set one of these to input 5. That's where my guitar is plugged into. And one of these is going to be set to inputs 1 and 2. So the inputs 1 and 2 are capturing everything, even my voice. If I go to audio track, I can see that both of these are moving. My mic is coming in through the go rack. It's like maxed out going into the return left and right. Pretty hot, but I don't need that. So I'm going to delete him. Whoops. I'm going to delete that track. So anyway, so basically what I'm worried about is my guitar DI and my affected signal coming into here. So I'm going to arm this DI and arm this guy too. So obviously as I'm talking, we've got some movement here on the faders, but that's not exactly what I'm worried about recording. What I'm worried about recording is the guitar DI. Slightly off camera, there's a launch key mini that I'm going to use to trigger this loop up here at the first two cells, these two here. I'm going to turn on my metronome, and it's going to be loud. All right, let's give it a shot. Cool. So all that's been recorded. Now we go into EZDrummer we recorded a pretty long file, and this is to prove or disprove this phenomenon that we saw the other day. I'm only focused on this track. This is my DI. I click, I drag, I try to drop in, analyzes, and prepares track. Boom, done. So the analysis file, or the thing that we were dealing with yesterday, I think has to do with something about how long it needed to kind of prepare that file. This file, if you look here in the bottom left-hand side of the corner of the screen, my head's in the way, but it says Ableton Live Recording, yada, 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 temp project, samples recording, but it's being filed under users, music, Ableton Live Recording. So it's somewhere on the what I'll call the internal hard drive. So instead of me saving it to the external and all the stuff that I normally do, it's here. But let's listen to it. Let's see. So we've got our DI and this country shuffle. So now I'm going to go to Fusion. I don't know. Check out font. Okay, so I like this beat. I'm going to take this beat, I'm going to drop it as it was generated, not necessarily creating a song with it, but as it was generated, which in this case is a lot of the same. So it basically analyzed the whole thing, but it didn't really give me any kind of like intro verse chorus thing. So, no big deal. File, undo, edit, undo, and all that. So, right click here on right A, show similar grooves, tap to find, use with song creator. That's what I'm most interested in. Use with song creator. I go back up here to the bandmate thing, edit. I can remove, or I could just click out of it. So I can just click out of bandmate basically. But I'm going to remove the selected blocks. Remove selected box. Basically just kill bandmate. I don't want that scrubbing that file or anything, that analysis file, basically. So, song parts. I've got my MIDI from bandmate that I liked here in my grabbed MIDI side. AB short, grab it, drop it. And then if I play back, if I just hit play, we're going to be like a bar or two off. But if I kill this intro, Control A, or select all, drag it over. Now when I hit the downbeat of Ableton, because this is synced, this whole area here is synced with the clock of Ableton. It should work. Okay, first thing I noticed is that snare is way too loud. So I gotta kill that snare. So that's the workflow, right? It's not exactly perfect, but I did one take and it was decent. It got me started. So what I would really do now is kill these two things here. When I say kill, meaning not play. And I would try to flesh something out for real. So when I deleted that intro, maybe I shouldn't have, you know what I mean? But I also know that an intro that, like, bang, I can go back to song parts here and find an intro and find something a little better. So anyway, that's it. Thanks.